about. Hold on, my fucking headphones aren't plugged in. What is this?
Things are in motion.
We're in motion. I ain't even plugged in yet. No Matrix. Glitching. What's up? We back with another tale.
Things have changed.
Changed
Things
vastly.
are not the same.
Nope, never the same. Everything changes each day.
Yes, each second.
Yes, very much.
Glad to be back, brother. Truly appreciate everyone rocking out with us.
Exactly. You all been keeping us going, giving us something to do with ourselves, giving us a place to share these messages and just our life lessons with, and yeah, man, and also connect with others and, do great, vast, many things here on the podcast. You guys help us with that, so thank you for real. Stay tuned for more and give us any suggestions that you guys have. We would love to hear it.
Definitely. Most definitely.
And if you're trying to join us, come join us. Join the conversation. Maybe you got something you want to ask people. Who knows, man? Like that's what I believe the real concept here is, to initiate conversation. To start conversations amongst people on deeper levels and make that more common. Because me personally, I'm not a small talk dude. Some people can just, surface level shit and talk it up, joke, and do all this crazy shit. It's not even that crazy, but it's just like, just fuck around, shoot the shit, for a second. And that's cool. That's cool, like that has its moments too, and I can do that to an extent, but that's never been my particular field of interest. I've always been more into deeper conversations. I love philosophy. I love to think creatively. Not always so conventional. I like to have my own thoughts, even if it is based off of something that I might have read. I like to think my way through to my own understanding. Something that always stuck with me from school, right, was putting things into your own words. Okay, so in school they would have you read a whole bunch of information, but they would also have you reword it in your own way. I used to get mad at that. I was like, fuck this shit. This is stupid. I ain't trying to do this. I don't want to do schoolwork or whatever. But honestly, it actually ended up, that aspect is something I picked up and I didn't even know I was picking up. But it helps me now to have my own understanding. Because I believe, I don't remember where or who, what teacher maybe, but I swear somebody at some point, they told me that you need to put it into your own words so you can have your own understanding. And if you can't word it for yourself, then you really don't know what you're talking about. You're just reading what the fuck was written. Anybody could do that. But do you really understand the information? That's why you reword it. That's the basis of it, and I've been doing that in life. So I've been working on that in life on a more broader scale with just like, with everything now. I read a book, and I formulate my own understanding of that book. I read, some sentences or something, and then I word it in my own head. I don't always write it down. Sometimes I might write some stuff down or something, but I word it in my own head so I can have my own grasp on the concepts that are being presented to me. And then when you have your own grasp on it, then you could see how the many forms that it takes. You're more open to actually understanding the truth. There's more truth in that. You get more directly to the truths and the core of certain matters rather than just sitting on the surface, and just reading what was wrote, just repeating that. Like, dude, are you really understanding? Are you really grasping? Or are you just doing what you're told to do? So that's why that's what I love about these conversations. They help you build that, you know, and also share that, because a lot of people have more understanding, and most people just don't have the place to share it. You know, that's a huge thing. You know, people don't have people to share certain things with, so they have to sit on this fucking this surface level, wear a mask or whatever the frick, you know, and just kind of do whatever to get by in life, but never really get to fully express themselves entirely, you know. And I love it when you could come into contact with somebody and you could feel how free they are in their expression. You like, they're just them. They don't care if they just met you. They're them to the fullest, you know, and it's just like, I've always been like kind of reserved, especially when I first meet people, because, you know, it's like, it's weird in the world. You don't know who you can trust, and there's all these weird things, you know. But that's just restrictions upon ourselves that we've put in play. And when somebody could be unrestricted, bro, and so free in themselves with everybody, even if it's just a person they just met, like, I don't know, there's just a certain type of uplifting aspect to that, and it's inspiring to me, you know, to actually want to be more free like that. You know, I met this dude the other day. First time I met him. Fucking, like, yeah, he was telling me his whole life story or whatever, but he was mainly just expressing himself, you know. And I was like, some people would get mad at that, like, oh, I don't want to fight, like, I don't really care, like, you don't even know me, like, why would you share, you know, with me, but like, honestly, like, it's that type of mindset that keeps people confined. Like, oh, don't share with me, you know what I'm saying? That type of energy that makes people not want to, makes them feel like they can't, or they don't want to, or, you know, like, their energies doesn't matter, or like, they probably feel it directly from you, and like, yeah, well, if you're going to be like that, I'm not going to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? People are pretty in tune, especially nowadays. And man, we gotta give each other some space. You know, sometimes that's literal space in between distances, or it's just an open platform within yourself for them to share with. You know, and that's very important, I feel like, especially nowadays, is to hold space for each other in certain ways, so we can actually build more with each other. Because when we're all just closed off, like, just, you know, in ourselves and shit, people, it creates a disconnect and a conflict. And I've done that a lot of my life. A lot of it was because, honestly, I didn't know how to connect with people, but that's no excuse. So which is why I'm working on it, you know, still to this day, even in the small talk, you know, because that's also why I learned to understand small talk. I'm like, oh, it has a place, you know, because it helps you just get a regular setting with people, really. Some people aren't comfortable with these type of conversations, you know, so you got to build up to that. You got to ease into those moments. You know, some people it takes a little longer. They have more walls. So, but that's what this is for. This is for that space, you know, for whoever, honestly. So if anybody needs a space like that, come vibe with us. And Zacote over here, smoke a blunt. If you don't smoke, we could just chill. Even if you don't drink, we could chill, talk.
Yeah, man, it's important to have these conversations. And I think it's, you know, it's like with everything, right? You know, style is the man himself. And like, I was talking to my manager about this, like writing essays and stuff, right? Like, I just kind of got bored of the whole problem. Well, because I was doing it for school anyway, right?
Yeah.
So like, I kind of got, you know, burned down the whole process, like doing the research and, you know, and these get these nice, you know, pieces about, you know, important topics, you know, and it's all for great, you know. But I mean, it's, you know, because, you know, it's like work, right? You know, if you do it a lot, you kind of get burned out of it.
Yeah.
Like when you're reading because you have to, and reading, you know, big ass textbooks with double lined and or double column or whatever. It's, oh my goodness.
You're like, fuck. And it's all new information a lot of times too, so you gotta cram it, retain it, and
yeah, you know, it's not easy, and you know, it definitely makes you look at reading and writing a whole different way. But you know, it's important. It's a good aspect to experience. You know, obviously, it's, you know, it is tiresome, but you know, it's all part of the journey, right? Because you know, we live, we learn, and
behind you, on top of the cage.
it is.
Nice. I remembered.
But you know, that's what I think. You know, the kind of these are, right? They're like, but they're verbal essays, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're able to put it out and, you know, share what's on our mind at the moment, and express ourselves, you know, in the moment, you know, from a current state. You know?
Yeah, and if you got constructive ass ideologies, and you've been developing your own theories or whatever for a long time, you know, like, yeah, come share with us. You know, we'd love to hear what you got to share. You never know what people have to say. I'm telling you, people that seem like just regular people or just normal people, like they'd be knowing some other shit.
Yeah, you got to talk to people who, you know, that aren't necessarily like you. You know, people that are different, you know, than you. You know, to experience that vast variety of the world. You know, you can't stay, you know, in your tribe hole. I mean, people do, you know. It's best not to, you know, because there's a lot out there, you know, a lot of different people, a lot of different cultures, and, you know, a lot of it's beautiful, you know. And it's good, you know, to be diversified yourself, you know, in thought and, you know, understand the different, you know, thoughts or ways of thinking that are out there, you know, from, you know, the different religions or the different, you know, political situations or whatever, you know, because everything's different, you know, everything has a history.
And there's actually probably a lot of similarities too, but differences can get in the way, you know.
Yeah.
So we got to be willing to connect with the people that we see so different, because if not, then we're never going to figure it out together on this fucking planet. If we can't put aside our differences and try to find some middle ground, we'll be at war forever.
Yeah.
And that's not what we need, because we won't make it far at war with each other. We're not. We're holding ourselves back because we're so divided. You know, if all the planet, if all the planet were to work together in unison as one collective people, understanding, loving each other, bro, there is nothing we couldn't do in this freaking world.
Yeah, I agree. I think, you know,
it's a process getting there, of course.
It'd be nice.
It would, yeah. In a perfect world, that'd be amazing.
And I think that for some people, I think, you know, that's kind of a frightening idea. You know, that like the idea of like, you know, because everyone at the point where we're at, you know, nationality is, you know, is huge. You know, for America, for, you know, whatever your country is, you know, people,
yeah,
you know, like their countries, and I think that's, you know, it'd be hard, you know, I think, like,
to let go of that shit,
you know, yeah, to move into like
we're just people,
a global government, you know, or like a global, you know.
I don't know about a global government, but a global understanding, at least. We're all just people, and we're all on this fucking planet, and we all gotta live, you know?
I mean, definitely. Well, yeah, that in general. But I mean, it feels like a true unity, you know, where it's like all one, and, it, you know, all resources. I mean, not like communism or whatever, you know, maybe parts of that, but, you know, like.
Yeah, not like controlled.
Yeah.
But governed, you know, and directed
yeah.
as one. That would be interesting.
And, you know, yeah, more grassroots, and, you know, people are, coming like farmers markets, bringing their own goods and, their own farm resources.
More like a tribe, in a sense, on a fucking global scale, though. Like we actually help each other out, take care of each other. And I think it's getting there. It's working. I don't know if we'll see it. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime exactly, but I believe that's where the world is trying to go, is to that point of that global unity, like true humanity, that we're all people, together. But it'll be, I don't know. I've always said it probably takes something to pull us together, like something fucking really drastic, like aliens. I think if aliens came to fucking try to take over the planet, the people would be like, "Oh shit, whoa, we're gonna all have to work together here. We're gonna have to take that motherfucker out." And then they might build the camaraderie amongst the freaking amongst the human race. Like, well, we could set aside our differences for a little while, right? Because that dude seems like he's a little more of a problem. Fucking reptile ass, fucking giant reptile lizard, fucking coming and take over the planet. Imagine that shit. Oh man. Please don't imagine it, but that shit would be crazy. I've always thought about it, but I've always thought, I was like, man, if that were to happen, we would come together. I think we would learn to set aside our differences. Like, hey, bro, it's not good. Yeah, we can't fight each other right now.
Yeah, I mean, it would seem like it, right? I mean, I would hope so. Who knows?
It's like, but humans, man.
At this, I mean, I don't, I truly do hope that, if it were a threat, that came to us, and threatened our planet, that'd be cool, to see, the world move in unity to, agreement, that we have issues, we're fighting for this or that, but let's deal with this, and if it did, lead to a lasting coalition or agreements and peace treaties and just an era of true peace, on the planet, that'd be beautiful.
But we're pretty.
Yeah, we got some ways to go.
Yeah,
and I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, it's a process.
Yeah, bro.
Starts with yourself,
Exactly. You just be a good person, Whoever you are, if you're listening and not you actually listening, and you feel like this might be talking to you, just be cool, Yeah, hold your ground. Don't let people just disrespect you, but you don't have to forcefully do anything to anybody and make them stop. There's cool ways. There's what is the term? There's it's I guess the best way I can put it is there's proper ways to handle situations. I know I've dealt with a lot of stuff aggressively, which isn't always the proper way. So you gotta be able to moderate the levels of situations. So, but ultimately be a good person always, Always be a good person. Because you never know what people are going through.
Definitely, man. Treat others as you would have others treat you.
Exactly. The golden rule. Straight up.
And, I think it is karma, the golden rule. Because think about it. If you're treating others the way you want them to treat you, and that's, you're going around treating people like an asshole, you're an asshole treating people, that way and being a dick, then people are going to treat you that way, and that's, it's reciprocated. It's, it may not be karma, but it's, in a way it is, right? It's what goes around comes around. It's what you give out, it comes back, it's energy and everything, right? People match that. If, someone's constantly you're all cool and chipper and happy, and someone keeps always oh, why are you doing that? Or, nitpicking, why are you doing, about you, and it's oh, then, you start to have that guard up, and,
yeah,
and obviously you talk to people and stuff, but it can, it changes things, so it's,
It changes how you talk to that person.
Definitely.
Like, you might not be as cool with that person because, man, that was a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I want to talk to him? Like, you kind of just fucking, you could tell in how, like, tones and stuff like that, you know? Like, my teacher actually brought it up the other day. He was like, you know, subtext? They call it subtext. He's like, it's like this. Yeah, I hope you have a good day. But, you know, you're saying that, but you're actually, feeling it another type of way. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people walk around. You know, they walk around with that type of energy, bro, with others and shit. And it's like, they're like honestly, I'd like you more if you didn't like me and you at all, just didn't fuck with me. Like, honestly, like if you don't like me, bro, don't be fake. Don't sit here and try to joke with me all day and act like you're cool with me. If you don't like me or shit like that, you know, then don't fucking like me. Simple as that. If I don't like somebody, I have nothing to do with them. Straight up. Because honestly, I'm probably going to get to a certain point with that person that I don't really want to be at. And it might end up bad on my end because I might not be able to control myself. I know myself to that degree. So I'm not going to put myself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason I talk to people is because I like them. You know, like, I'm like, I fuck with this fool. He's cool. You know? Like, that's the only reason I talk to anybody. So I don't understand why people who don't like people will sit there and be fucking weird and fake and then try to freaking tear them down in middles of conversations. And that shit just never made sense to me, bro. I'm like, why do you do that? You know, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you find out they actually really don't like you. And you're like, well, I actually kind of liked you. I thought you were kind of cool. You know, I knew you talked to me some type of way, so I didn't like that about you. But I didn't define you by that. You know, that was just a thing I didn't like. So I always let anybody know if there's something like that. But generally, if they can't understand that and then not respect me enough to not be like that towards me, then I can't, you know. Because if you tell me something like, hey, bro, yeah, I don't like that, you know, or you know, you check me on something, I've always thought it was very important to listen to that since I was a kid. You know, that's how I've always developed respect with people growing up. You kind of check people, you know, you tell them like, hey, I don't like that, you know, or you know, you just let them know. And they all like, oh, okay, my bad, you know, like, and then it's cool, you know, like, and you just respect it and don't be like that, you know, like that's just the way, that's how I learned. So I don't know. Some people don't really get that for some reason. Like, you gotta respect your people. You treat others how you want to be treated. You know, straight up. If this person really doesn't like a certain way, you know, of being, wouldn't you like somebody to listen to you and respect what you don't like too, you know? So that's that same concept, bro. Treat others how you want to be treated. 'Cause
yeah, you know, it's definitely, you know, it's a golden rule. Do that, you know, but it's like, it's yeah, you know, it's good to listen, you know, especially to the people, you know, that you might not, you know, even anybody, listen to everybody. But I mean, it's good to listen to people of different opinion because like, or even just, you know, everybody in general, because sometimes you get these first impressions, right? And you get these ideas, you know, and it's good to listen because you know, we all assume, you know, and it's good to listen more and understand people because, you know, those assumptions aren't always correct, you know, and a lot of times they're not, you know, and once you truly get to know somebody, like you understand, like, you know, their life, like what's going on, like how they are this way, you know, how they got to this point in life, you know, because we're just all a culmination of choices that we've made, you know, and gotten to this point. And it's like, yeah, you can't take it personal, right? And I think I've come to a good point in that part. I mean, obviously, there's always learning in it, but
The 4 agreements.
yeah, it's not taking it personal because, like, it's, people are having bad days, or people have shit's happening to them too.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of keep that in mind. And yeah, people are being rude, disrespectful in the moment, but yeah, you address it, or you speak on it, but it's it's good to give people space sometimes because life happens.
Exactly. That's why I give people the benefit of the doubt most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, but there comes a point when it's personal.
Definitely.
You'll really know. So those are the people you don't associate with.
Yeah.
So, and that's just life. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how things happen sometimes. But the best thing you could do is just not associate, because you don't need no conflict or things like that. Like,
definitely, and you can't associate with everybody, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of energy. Like, I'm thinking of, like, everything's transactional, right? Like, it takes time and energy to do things. Like, to do this, like, we have to plan out time. Get together. Spend energy, talking, hanging out. Before or after. It's it costs. Like, time and energy. Like, it's
along with all the energy we're already expending through the week.
Yeah, like,
So-
and it's life. But it's everything. Everything has a cost, really.
And as you grow older, you deal with more people.
Yeah, and
It's so much, like, especially like when I was working at King's, bro. That's why I was exhausted all the time. Mm-hmm. I was around so many people all day, bro. Like, I'm just like, you just don't even know sometimes. You don't know how many people I had to deal with.
Yeah, especially
today.
Like, produce and shit. Yeah, I can imagine constant traffic.
No, I couldn't. I'm glad I was just in produce. I couldn't freaking do the front end. I'd be thinking about that. I was like, yeah, I'm so glad I don't like work in the front end and the cashier, knows freaking checking people out and shit, because they get the real assholes. The people that are mad about their money, not, or this, that, and the other. The people that are just trying to steal or some shit.
Yeah.
They get all these freaking people. And I was like, yeah, man. I never thought about it before I worked at King Supers. But, yeah, that shit is so freaking real. Just dealing with that many people, some people could be so draining.
Yeah, man, it's a lot, and it can be a lot. So, I mean, it's...
Yeah, so protect your energy, especially if you're working at a freaking supermarket or in retail.
Yeah.
That shit's tough out there. You gotta give yourself a break from people. That's one thing I really focused on. That's why I took pride in my breaks, bro. That was the only way I could make it through the day sometimes. Was those freaking breaks. You get one every 2 hours. You get 2 15s and then lunch. 30-minute lunch.
Yeah. Breaks are important, especially at work, I always take them. It's interesting too, because I was in a training with other overnight, like, managers and stuff. And, a lot of them talked about that, because they asked us, like, how many of you take your breaks? And, a lot of them said they don't, and, that's,
Yeah.
I've been there before as well, I'm not gonna act like it's ridiculous, but it is ridiculous, but I mean, like, not to say it's, like, out of the realm of being done, but it's just wild, that, like, because, I mean, if you want to burn out, man, you burn out even quicker that way. Like, it is important, like you said, because just maybe not just sitting down the whole time, because you do get stiff and shit, but, it's good to just, stop thinking about what you're doing, switch your mind to something else, let your mind, rest from, whatever it is you're doing. Like, there's a lot to it, right? Rest is really important, in all aspects, and, I'm probably not the you know, the person should be talking about rest, you know, but it's
You don't be resting up, bro.
yeah, not enough.
Freaking Isaac.
But it's
I know.
magical. I know it is.
I know it's magical. I know it works. Trust me. When I do rest, it works. Yeah, it's dangerous though, bro, in this busy, just go society that we got, you know, because that's all it is. We just work. Nonstop. Everything's nonstop. Production is nonstop. Everybody's hungry all the time, right? You know, we all need this, that, and the other all the time. So there is no breaks, hardly. And even when you're not taking a break, you're doing something else. Or when you are taking a break, you're doing something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Because you don't know how, like, the way we are, like, grown up, we don't want to stop moving. We always want to do something. I've always felt that. Have you always felt that way? Like, you always just wanted to stay busy. You always wanted to make sure you're doing something.
I am that way, yeah. It's weird because it's, you know, we're different, right? Because like my grandpa, you know, he's the same way, but he's, you know, he's from a different generation like him. He's trying to fix the house, you know, he's trying to clean something, you know, and I mean, that's cool, right? You know, that's just, like I said, his generation, you know, and that's his, you know, skill set because, you know, he was a, you know, construction worker and did a lot of, you know, handcrafted stuff and built a lot of stuff. So that's up his alley, you know.
That's tight,
and
bro.
it's easy for him, you know. He sees something that's broken or that wants to change, he can just, you know, find it at the Park Goodwill and, you know, switch it up, you know. And that's cool, you know. But it's like, yeah, for me, you know, like I love playing video games, you know, I like watching, you know, interesting documentaries or reading a book, you know, it's different, you know, because it's different, you know, and they view that differently, right? You like, because it's interesting, you know, obviously people would see that as like being, you know, some people see it as being lazy, right? Or just like unproductive or, you know, I mean, I do other things, you know, I work out, I work a lot, you know, that's the bulk of my time, you know, but, you know, it's when I'm not doing that, you know, I like to, you know, do other things. And it's interesting that, I don't know where it's going, but it's interesting the difference in like generations and like the idea of staying busy or, you know, because I mean, it's different, you know, it's not physical labor what I'm doing most of the time, you know, but, you know, I mean, other than work, you know, but like if I'm reading a book or playing a game, it's not like
exactly. When do you do nothing? Like just lay there and just
just stare at the ceiling.
Yeah. Nobody does that shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people do.
People probably
you know,
do,
like,
you know, but
it's not what I do, you know.
But that is healthy. You got to do it sometimes, you know, and I've been working on it.
Definitely.
I fucking suck at it too.
Like meditation, you know, in a way.
You just lay there, you know, or like sometimes I just go to the park or the lake, and just sit, and just stare at the water.
That's
don't
cool.
even
watch the waves.
Yeah, don't put on no music. Like no overstimulation, you know, just relaxing, just chilling, doing nothing, just not even really thinking, you know, about what's going on. You just observing, just. And I've been doing that, like. I don't know. I think that it makes me feel good because I usually do it when I'm having like a rough day. I'll be having like a fucked up day or some shit, and I don't know what to do with myself sometimes. Like I really don't want to do anything. But I'm like, that's it. I feel like I need to do something so I don't like stay like all upset and depressed. So I've been going to the lake. And I've been chilling at the lake for a good hour, and by the time I leave, I feel better. It's been making me feel good. I'm like, dang. So I've been going to Centennial Park down there by my old job. Off of fucking, it's like Union. It's right there off of like Union and Federal. Behind that, there's a gas station right there. It's behind that, across the street from these apartments. But that place is freaking pretty tight, bro. I found a couple of cool spots over there. I've been exploring it like excessively. I was like, whoa, shit. I didn't realize how big the fucking lake was.
No.
No, yeah, because it's more than just a lake. So if you go over there, right, it's the lake. There's a lake right there, and that's just the initial one. But then behind the lake, there's another little trail and shit, and it takes you back to the Platte, and the Platte is running behind it. So that's the other spot I've been chilling at, and just relaxing.
So just some little puddle left by the Platte.
I don't know. I think it is the Platte. That shit, like, it has rapids and stuff, and sometimes you see people tubing. I was like, huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's usually where I'm at. I'm by the rapids.
That's cool.
The rapids have, like, these little off settings of these decks or some shit. Maybe they're man-made. Kind of looks like it.
That's pretty interesting.
Because it's definitely like cement. It's not like earth, ground, or nothing.
Yeah. That's...
The funny thing about that is fucking Cody, right? He was actually telling me something. He's like, yeah, the Platte is a man-made trench. It's man-made. It's not a real river.
I mean,
I don't know how true that is. I haven't been able to find anything on it. But
I mean, I can definitely maybe see the Cherry Creek
reservoir.
Well, because down in the city, the one that runs by my house, that's the Cherry Creek, river or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then it meets with the Platte, which is on the other side by the aquarium. Because down by by Elitch's and stuff where they meet, because those are two different rivers that meet right there, from my understanding. But yeah,
I did not know that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say, I mean,
who knows?
I have before, and I mean, I just, at this point in my life, I think it's just unadvised to swim in the Platte. Yeah, I mean, like rafting, I guess, is a little different, but it's, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't really swim in it.
Yeah,
I just chill by the water. I like to chill by the water and listen to it.
No doubt, yeah. But I mean, it's just interesting to see, especially down by Elitch's, down where it gets.
It gets pretty bad downtown.
Yeah,
and the Platte is probably not the greatest.
Yeah, it's
down there. Those are not its prettiest sights.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been really high with the rain and everything too. We've had I saw a number. It was just, it rained a lot more days than it didn't. Essentially, this season so far. And I'm like, that's seems right, because it's been just constant almost. We've had a break this week, but I feel like probably the confidence storm.
I hope not. I thought they said it was supposed to be done.
Yeah, I don't know. El Nino.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see what's up with this.
I'd rather be like this guy. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the rain, though. I just...
I don't either. I actually enjoyed it because we've been needing moisture.
Yeah, we need water and stuff.
The humidity has been high. I've been feeling it.
Yesterday, I think it was really bad. I don't know. It was just
it was
still. The air was just dry.
Yeah. And it's super hot.
Yeah.
Thick. I'm like, fuck, bro.
I really didn't want to go to work last night. Yeah, it was something else.
Man, that heat. He's a beast, bro.
Monster its own.
I've been out here sparring with the sun.
Trading blows.
Yeah, with the heat. I gotta rise up to his level. And then maybe he'll have to
and then keep it cool.
Yeah, keep it cool. Like, hey, bro, you might want to chill out. I'll show you some real heat. I wonder, right, if it's possible, or if it will ever come a time where humans will do some shit like on Dragon Ball Z, when
What's
they could
that?
power up and like, this like an energy field pops up around them and shit, and then they could like shoot fire energy balls, and
That'd be the day.
So, I think it would have to do something with heat.
Yeah, like radiation.
Yeah, radiation.
Well, I don't know if they were saying like, I forget what it's called, but the sun isn't like heat or whatever, I don't know
It's
if you
like
know.
a gas, right? Some shit.
Well, I mean, well, yeah, but I mean, like it's like a cycle, like where it's like literally like there's a lot more activity and like a lot more flares and solar flares and stuff that are like a lot like higher and stuff than normal, just because like I forget what it is, but it's like the season like for the sun, and it's just like literally like having these large old like sun flares. And yeah, it's crazy to think, I wonder if like, I mean, obviously that does have an effect, so like I wonder like if that's like why it's even hotter. Obviously we have other things in the atmosphere that are, attracting heat and blocking, it from dissipating. But, I wonder if that is also, why it's also so hot. Cause like I was watching the news, was talking about how like in Vegas, people just walk in like their shoes are like getting all, it was saying like 170 degrees, literally like the floor, so like, don't have your dogs. And I guess this older gentleman at the bus, like he had like, it was hurting his feet, and then like he'd sat down and like he literally got like 3rd-degree burns because it like melted through his pants. And yeah, dude, it's crazy. The heat is like, obviously we're here in Colorado, but like, I can imagine like Arizona or like, obviously Nevada or like these real like hot places. That'd be crazy. Like, or like the Gobi Desert or, the Sahara, like that'd be some intense shit. Like, whew, like I could imagine like triple digits, like obviously, like high triple digits, like 2.
Damn.
Like that'd be crazy.
Man.
200-degree heat.
I always thought about it. I was like, man, because I when I heard that first time that your shoes could melt off your feet because the ground gets so hot, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way.
It's crazy.
I was like, there's no way. But it's for real, bro. I'm like, what? That's fucking insane, dude. I would be fucking tripping. Like, imagine you're all walking, your fucking shoes are just getting stuck to the ground, melting. You're like,
Now, what did I step in? Nothing.
you're melting, bro. You're literally melting. And then if your shoes melt and they get stuck to the ground, you can't even use them anymore. You have to walk barefoot.
Oh, yeah. It's a bad situation.
That sounds so fucked up.
Take care of your guys' dogs too. Be mindful of that for your dogs. Because if it's, I don't know what the thing is, but be mindful. Because that's, that'd be terrible. Because it's bad for shoes, man. The poor little paws, man. Jeez.
The little paws.
Oh.
Yeah, your cats too. Keep your cats inside.
All animals of
outside or
barefoot nature.
Barefoot.
All shoeless
even
pets.
Even if they have shoes, they should just melt.
Yeah. Especially some sort of pet shoe that'd be all thin and first they'd just be melting right away. Huh?
For real. It would not last. Nope.
Oh man. Oh. It's a wild world, man, and I mean, there's a lot to be done, and it's going to take a lot, and it's not going to happen overnight. But start with yourself and being mindful. Truly, don't contribute to the problem. Be a solution.
Exactly. Exactly. You never know how much that might help.
Truly, yeah. I mean, I for a while there, I was kind of like thinking narcissistic about it. No, not narcissistic. What's the other one? It's not optimistic, but pessimistic. I was kind of pessimistic about it. It's like, oh, what is me, saving this one plastic bottle, this can, like, oh, what's it gonna do? But I mean, if you think about it, how many you use, then it adds up, then that makes a difference, right? Because it's like, yeah, it's one, but over a week, that's 4, that's 5, and over a month, that's, 10, 20. It's like, it adds up, and if you are able to recycle it, and, the thing sucks too, is like, you don't know where this recycling is going, if it's really even being recycled, or this or the other, but, I'm doing my part, I'm putting it in the recycling bin, where it goes from there, that's,
Right.
I did my part, but it's, yeah, when it does work, it does make a difference. I feel, and if we were one person, there's like 10 people, 20 people, 1,000 people doing it. It's adds up.
So, do you think they reuse the stuff that we recycle?
Some of it, I think it depends where it goes, and cause from my understanding, a good bit of it goes to like China, and then it's like redistributed there, like, cause it's, repurposed or re-refined or melted down. I don't know how they do the process really, but I assume it's something like that. But it's pretty cool, cause I've been seeing, that's what it says, right? I've been seeing a lot of like clothes and stuff, or like, just like baskets or whatever, but like blankets, like recycled material and this, that, the other. And if it really is, that's cool. That's good. I think, that we're doing something with it than just burying it, or throwing it in the ocean.
I hate to tell y'all, we're just burying the asbestos inside plastic fucking bags.
Buried. Yeah,
so there's a whole bunch of landfills with a shit ton of buried asbestos inside plastic bags,
and that's how it goes.
Yep,
because that's the law.
Yep, that's how the law is written for us.
That's the law
to put it away.
It's it's crazy because like same thing with like nuclear waste, right? It's like, oh, put it in these pools, but it can't be close to water. It's like, but like this stuff just gets into the soil, It's like it's crazy stuff, man. Like, and it's, the people who live around this stuff are the ones who have to pay the most, and it's sad, but the best I can do is bring awareness to it, and it is a sad tragedy that, big money, has its way like that, and a lot of small communities have to face the repercussions of, the byproducts of big money.
Yeah, I would not live anywhere near a hazardous waste landfill. If you see a landfill by your house or you're about to move somewhere and you see that, I would not live there. I'm pretty sure there's probably somewhere up north, like towards Commerce City.
Yeah, Commerce City is it's exceptionally not the city or anything, but the soil and stuff, I've spoke about it before. It's just exceptionally, radiated.
Yeah, because all the plants up there.
Yeah, because
they have a whole bunch of stuff up there.
Yeah, it's industrial area,
Yeah,
so. It's crazy. Those
I think
communities
that's why
there,
it's so, because their water's bad,
dog food, gas,
yeah,
whatever, what have you. It's industrial.
That's probably exactly why it's so like low income and.
Yeah,
but, hey, bro.
Yeah, you gotta live,
right?
Yeah. People like houses and stuff and like owning stuff. So I'm sure it's, people are proud to have property.
No, yeah.
It's just it's just unfortunate. Like I said, big money.
Yeah. Be mindful. Take care of your own.
Yeah, man. If you get in those positions, don't forget where you came from. That's important, in my opinion, that like, don't forget where you came from, because it can, just as easily as you were there, they could have, anything could happen to you, in that position, and when you get to that position, it's good to be mindful of the same. Obviously, you gotta do what you gotta do, but it's, just don't forget where you came from, cause, yeah.
Stay humble.
Definitely.
Yep. We all start somewhere.
My bad. What was it?
Babysitting.
Babysitting. I was thinking of something else, but it was probably, I guess babysitting is the
You were holding.
sleeping on the job, man.
Sleeping on. That's what my teacher calls it.
Hold.
No. So when you hold your guard, you call them babysitters, because your elbows are your babies, and they just sit right here. You just hold your guard. You just call them babysitters.
And that's like the block, right?
Yeah. So when you just hold it, you just have your hands up to your ribs. So you close. And then it's not hard to just move up, but you always come back. Because you want to keep it below your eyes too. So you can see.
Nice. Good knowledge.
Babysitters. It's crazy how the same term in a different field or some of life or whatever is just a completely different meaning. We use all these different terms and stuff in these different ways as metaphors for whatever, and
Yeah.
like with the blunt, you're just sitting on it, you call it babysitting.
Yeah, man. That's always going to be fascinating. Because, even like in Spanish, right? I'm sure it's in other languages, in every language, I'm sure. But like, it's cool that, one word has multiple meanings, like innuendos or, double entendres or just, more than meets the eye.
Yeah, bro. Everything's always growing, I feel like. Because we're always growing, and people have their own look at things, so they add their what they see, and it gives it more life. That's how I've been seeing it, It's through the individuality that everybody brings to these things, with their own interpretations or uses and skill sets that they're able to apply. And then, because, back in the day, there wasn't that many metaphors. There was a lot of metaphors, but, now it got to a point to where there was so many, it was like almost all of them. So we had to find new ways to come up with metaphors.
And I think also with the invention of like technology and stuff, right? Or like new ideas, new concepts, right?
And then people.
Yeah, new leaders, new, figures in history that, you can make those metaphors on,
good. Something that I feel like helped the metaphors? Hip hop.
I could see that, yeah.
I think that hip hop took it to a whole nother level because of the competitive nature behind the art of metaphors inside hip hop. That's like one of the most competitive parts. Like, if you have if you don't know how to use metaphors, you're probably not going to be the greatest. Metaphors are always applied because it's like poetic, it's like poetry. So, there was always this super competitive battle about like who can come up with the best metaphors, for life or this, that, or the other. And then he's like, "Yeah, I got the best shit." You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I got the dopest bars, metaphors, punchlines. Like, that's what they're talking about. It's pretty much just metaphors and plays on words, and all these different aspects of writing, like lyrics and music. Because it's definitely music too. They all learned from the rock stars, and so it ends up. Yeah, I think we took it to another level. I really do. Especially with how people have been able to design certain metaphors. It's become a true art form, like metaphors. People, I'm telling you, you be seeing some dope ass shit. People be coming up with some tight ass shit with words, bro. I'm like, that's what's up. I was like, that was tight.
I agree, man. I agree. It's an art form, It's a skill, anybody can do it, but to do it good, to do it with.
It takes practice.
Yeah, for anyone who knows anything about anything, if you're just jumping in, I'm sure you could find something, that's, well enough, but once you have an ear, for just wordplay, like you say, and similes, metaphors, all the good stuff, that make up this beautiful imagery, that they paint with words, it's a skill, and it takes, practice. And I'm sure, even the people that you do see that might seem mediocre to us, or whatever, it's, even for them to get to that point, it did take work, like they were, probably doing shows and, doing what have you, running around and working it out. Cause, I don't think anybody really, nothing's a fluke. I don't think anyone really gets anywhere just cause, a lot of people have connections and stuff like that, that's different, but, nobody just, here's a record deal. Like, I never heard anything you've done, but here, there's some music, a record deal. Give me an album, and like, no record executives knocking on random people's doors, and it's not like that. You have to be out there and doing your thing, and it's it's a process. So it's like, I don't know where I was going with that, but even for those artists, right? Like it's all work, and it's an interesting thing, Now, no matter what, to get to that point, to get anywhere, it is a process.
Yep. It's development, man.
Yeah.
And that's where I think metaphors got pushed a little more in development from was in hip hop.
Most definitely.
Because and then hip hop is so widespread, especially nowadays. Like, everybody listens to it, almost, even your grandma, Like, so, or your grandparents, they'll listen to hip-hop sometimes, too, even if it's different languages.
Yeah, man. There's rap for everybody. There's rap for everybody. Joe Pesci, he has his own album, it's like, yeah, man.
I've heard his name before.
He's one of the Goodfella guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was the movie.
Yeah, he was in Home Alone.
Oh.
He's one of the two burglars.
Okay. I think
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
There was somebody else too that was Oh no, it was that fighter guy. I forget his name. What is that fool's name? I can't think of this dude's name right now for some reason. He's like a YouTuber or some shit, or like a
Well,
social
Logan
media
Paul.
fighter. Oh, Jake Paul,
Yeah, Logan Paul, Jake Paul,
like well, whatever his name is. Yeah,
the brothers.
I think it was Jake Paul though.
Okay.
I think that's the one I was watching. He was he used to be on Disney Channel or some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed.
Yeah, I didn't either. But then I seen this video on one of his channels, I think on like Instagram or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was him when he was younger, and he was drawing the Disney Channel logo.
Mm. That's
And I
wild.
was
Yeah.
like, that's that fool for real. Hold on. So he was on Disney Channel?
Yeah, they're.
Unless he just made that video or some shit.
Yeah, you never know.
All stupid. Yeah.
I mean, if it was, I mean, it's
But he looked younger though, so like it didn't look like. But you knew it was him because his face was still kind of the same, just a lot younger. I mean, it definitely looked like old, or like it definitely looked like he was on Disney Channel.
it's all about that grind.
For real. So that's probably how, because he trains with actually some really legit people. He trains with a lot of like famous people actually too. And yeah, it's probably, if he was on Disney Channel when he was younger, then I'm sure he has connections, So
Oh yeah.
he could do, some probably pretty cool shit.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to be like a child star, especially for like Disney, because I mean, as we see, like we have all these expectations, I guess, from the characters, right, of who they should be or what we think they should be.
Yeah.
But it's it's not. They're characters, right? And these are actors, so it's like it's crazy because like with Miley Cyrus, right? People expect just a good Southern girl, who just loves writing good hits and stuff, but it's that's what the character is, that's who Hannah Montana is, it's different, it's a character, she's acting and putting that on, like, and it's wild that when people grow up, right, we do, we drink alcohol, we smoke bud, we have a good time, we do things, and it's like, that's what's adults, maybe not everybody, right? Everybody's different, people do different things, what have you, but, give or take a day or two, people live life and do what they want, and like, but yeah, it's crazy to think that, someone just because they played this character, it's like, oh, look at them now, they're going crazy, like they're out of control.
I know, yeah, that's a good example right there.
Because it's, but they're just living, they're doing their life, they're being them, exploring their life, and I'm not trying to stick up for celebrities or anything, but it's just an example, right? Like people, do what they want to do, and it's like, yeah, man, you just gotta let people live, but definitely speak your piece, but yeah, man, sometimes you gotta let people be.
Exactly, bro. Like I said, if you don't like somebody, you don't have to associate with them.
Yeah, at least understand them, who they are first, and then, sometimes you don't have to do that. It's all on you. But it's good to at least get people in here sometimes, and then make some sort of choices.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Shit straight.
but
Straight up.
life, man. Let's take the shot.
Yeah, right. Where are we sitting at?
About an hour and 5.
Okay.
So I guess let's take the shot and ride out. Yeah, man. Good conversation.
Great conversation. The cat's even chilling.
Yeah, got her
She wasn't even talking anymore. Just listening.
chanted.
All right. To greater conversations.
Always and forever. My senses are enlightened.
Yes. What's up, bro?
Yeah, that one didn't go down easy.
I know. Oof.
But yeah, thank y'all again for hanging out with us, man. Yeah, always appreciate it. If you guys want to come on,
Let us know.
want to hang out.
My cat would like to see you and say what's up.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have to be this. We can figure some stuff out.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
We're down to adapt and collaborate.
Exactly. So let us know. We are open for opportunity.
Yes, we're very much open for business.
Yes, yes. Let's work.
Yeah.
Everybody.
A lot of new stuff coming. So, stay tuned. Trying some different stuff. So, yeah, keep your antennas in this direction.
Until next time, folks.